Being is unavoidable. Being human is a choice. Namaste from the Beyond Borders family. This is my second episode of my podcast after getting some positive response from my audiences. I'm personally not a typical business expert. I did study business in my university, but inside my heart, I'm a storyteller. A man who manages a simple enterprise of very special artisans. I thought my voice won't reach so far away to so many countries. Australia, Canada, UAE, Europe, and few others. I was really nervous. I raised up my voice in my first episode of my podcast, not because I can shout, but so that those without a voice can be heard. And thank you very much. Some of you have responded. Today, next few minutes, I'm going to take you guys on a beautiful journey, which is a love story. A 15 years old dream and a story of struggles, ups and downs. In fact, a lot of downs and a few ups. In the historical streets of South Asia. In the year 2005, after doing all those stereotype rituals suggested by the society, family, my parents, the government, like having a house, a car, a show-off lifestyle, some not so great relatives, a fake corporate job, and a few good friends, I realized for the first time in my life, this is exactly what I don't want to do in life. But then, being born in a country like India, with currencies like rupees, you can't make big steps out of the country. And at the same time, the biggest reality and the truth in life, which I realized was having a weak passport, like an Indian passport, only 2 countries were welcoming me. I realized for the first time, in a sarcastic way, we all are equal only inside a meditation ashram or a yoga retreat center, not in front of the high commissions, embassies or the immigrations. My value was zero for those high-end developed countries. Only thing they valued was the hundreds and thousands of dollars in my bank account. Nothing else mattered. After getting my visa rejections from more than 17 countries, different embassies across the country, I failed to convince them that yes, I just wanted to explore their countries and understand life, understand people, and perhaps myself. So I started exploring art, artists, craftsmen, weavers, silversmith, and quite a lot of creative people who were in the remote and rural parts of India, Nepal, Tibet, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and Myanmar. I'm not a confident person. My personal life is full of mistakes. Perhaps this quality made me understand the pain of those making less than $5 a day and living life like no one. I wanted to make a community of creative artisans who have never been respected, appreciated, and given any type of values. I was scared of the big business giants who have been controlling and ruling not just my country, but the entire world. Their fancy showrooms, expensive shopping malls, and the kind of customers they catered made me feel this world can never be equal. Thus, Silai Bunai, a community, was formed. This community, with weavers and artists who are from the slums of Bangladesh but came from Myanmar, the Rohingya Muslims, kicked out of their countries without any fault. The word Silai means stitching and Bunai means knitting. And we thought the only path to conquer poverty and hunger is livelihood training and artisan empowerment. Those years, a trend became viral across the world: women empowerment. We give equality to both men and women. Though it sounded better, and some brands capitalized the concept and sold more products overseas, highlighting features like CSR, corporate social responsibilities, fair trade, women empowerment. But in my eyes, what about those thousands and millions of men who are still victims of the society, system, God, or law? Hunger or poverty doesn't make any discriminations between men and women. There are thousands every single day in Bangladesh, Nepal, India, and surrounding countries. Till date, they go to bed without any food in their stomach, in spite of being the most talented craftsmen or artisans of the world. And there is absolutely no difference between the men and the women when it comes to art, craft, or creativity. It's true that women expertise in weaving. The history of weaving in India goes back to 5,000 years old. But at the same time, we all felt probably this hype became more because it helped those corporate fashion brands across the world to attract the attention of those customers, just satisfying their soul and their consciousness. So for us, men, women, children, and even animals all had the same respect, same values, and same dignity. In these times of fear, uncertainty, and corona attack crisis, a real social crisis, quite a few social enterprises, they've sent us emails and WhatsApp messages from different parts of the world. That was indeed a real pleasant surprise. After listening to our podcast, quite a few individual small business owners, they showed interest in our stories and what we are doing and wanted to support us in these times of this huge epidemic. It gave me the strong belief and conviction in my heart that humanity still exists. Now I just wanted to make things simple and give some information to all our interested audiences. If at all in the next few days they are interested to partner with us in this green revolution and also supporting these refugee communities in 4+ countries. The process we work is quite simple. As in my first episode, I have cleared that we are not tech experts. Our orders mostly comes via email and sometimes after a few calls via Skype or WhatsApp. We accept payments through the old school bank transfer. We do have facilities of a PayPal. Now, of course, because every product is unique, every community is different, we can't sell in retail because it's a cost issue. There has to be a minimum order quantity. Apart from that, our shipping process is pretty simple. Either we ship via government post, or if there's a time constraint, 7 days or 10 days delivery, we use FedEx and DHL. Now, few of the interested buyers, or let's say online store owners, they wanted to know if we sell online or not. That's exactly what we were interested to communicate. We get orders from people from US or Australia who have their own stores in Amazon, eBay. There are partners who are working with us for the last few months who have their own Shopify store, Etsy store, even their own marketplace in Alibaba or the Japanese marketplace Rakuten. We have individual social buyers from Walmart, New Age, Sears, but we do not have a presence in these marketplaces. So that's kind of an opportunity. If you are planning to change your life or your profession, if you just quit your job and was planning to go for a long vacation or a backpacking trip to Southeast Asia or Central America or some other parts of the world and start a new career and life, and if you believe in the philosophies which we are discussing through our podcast, and in the next few series we are going to talk more about the products, more about the communities, more about the charities that get impacted from our social business, then this is the time. This is the time to do more research and development. This is the time to call us, have a discussion with us, know us better, get advices from us, how we can partner, how we can collaborate, and how we can create a sustainable business in your respective countries. We are working on our websites. We are working on 2 to 3 social platforms. In a couple of days' time, we're going to have our brand new Instagram page. We're going to have a Twitter page and of course a Facebook page at the moment. At the same time, if you are new as a buyer or let's say a new business owner, you could be a meditation instructor or a yoga teacher or somebody who believes in wellness and Ayurveda and wants to start their own brand. Feel free to discuss with us. We are not experts, but in the last 10, 12, 14 years, we have explored a lot of cities, a lot of villages, a lot of communities with amazing products. We would love to guide you. Because we are not perfect and we don't believe in perfection, there's absolutely no problem to make mistakes. Be the reason someone smiles. Be the reason someone feels loved and believes in the goodness of people. Quoted by R.T. Bennett. And that's exactly is our dream and vision. We work with refugees and uneducated villagers, tribal women in the areas of Kashmir, Andaman and Nicobar Island, northeastern part of India, remote villages of Bangladesh, parts of Tibet, Bhutan, and so many other places. These places are so remote and sometimes so disturbed that even fair trade did not reach these communities. Hence, fair trade certification for most of our refugee artisans is in fact a luxury. Few social buyers yesterday contacted us and they were interested to know if we are a fair trade certified company. The answer is no, we are not. And we don't have any plans to get that certification. Why not? Well, having the privilege to explore through more than 125 different villages and districts of 5 different countries for the last 11 to 12 years. As I started the conversation saying that I am not a typical businessman, but if I came to this social business, it was because these communities deserve to live a better life. And the charities that we impact, the animals, the children, and of course the environment causes, they deserved the accumulation and the support of finances. And that's exactly the power of entrepreneurship came into picture. So having this 10 or 12 years of experience, what I saw, fair trade is not so fair, at least in some parts of Asia. These conferences that takes place in Thailand, Nepal, India, most of these fair trade brands, which are parts of Asia, they participate. One question always made me a little bit uncomfortable. These conferences usually takes place in a 4-star or 5-star property. And all these brands comes, these owners of these brands, usually they're from well-off families. They don't have any financial problem, good life, good food, which is fine. But the question lies, for whom is the concept of fair trade? Who are the real heroes of fair trade? It's not the business owners. It's actually the artisans, the craftsmen, the weavers, and the silversmith. If they are the main heroes, then why aren't they invited in all these conferences? Whether it's Netherlands or Thailand or Kathmandu or Delhi, why aren't these villagers gets the opportunity? Why doesn't these villagers gets the opportunity to fly all the way to these European countries at least once in their lifetime? If they're producing the finest piece of fabrics, do they not even deserve to see their end products being displayed in the lavish stores of Europe or any other countries? These questions, I could not get an answer from anybody. There are a few other facts. The prices which is displayed in the stores of fair trade shops. I have personally seen some shops in Europe and some of them in Asia. To be very honest, they doesn't really look so fair. The end question is, do the money actually goes to the artisans or weavers? For our artisans, the fair trade certification is not cheap. It's expensive. It's a couple of thousands of dollars. Last but not the least, the process is not at all simple. Now, I do understand and respect the concept why fair trade started, and of course for the interest of these people, because for last 2 to 3 decades, a lot of rich and unethical business people have exploited these artisans year after year. But then again, the question lies, in a country like India, where the fair trade policy says that if a small startup business wants to get fair trade certified, the system is that an existing fair trade company, they decide whether the other brand is eligible to get the fair trade certification or not. And sad to say, quite a few of these fair trade companies, they are very bureaucratic in nature. And I personally have visited few of them. And with our kind of artisanship, the refugees who are working, they're really not so educated or knowledgeable enough to understand these complicated policies and so much of paperwork. Looking at these situations, we decided to keep life simple. There are already a lot of problems in these artisans' life. We don't want them to run between one place to another place just to get a piece of paper which proves the entire world that these products are ethically made. There are way better ways to bring it in front of humanity and the world. Hence, we are not fair trade, but our products are fairly traded. Now, the last point and probably the last topic to be covered before ending this episode of Beyond Borders podcast is, who can be our green partners? Or in my words, I call them ecopreneur buyers. So the answer is, you could be in any part of the world. You could be a student who is on his or her sabbatical year. You could be a small business owner, let's say an online store. You could have your own fashion boutique. You could even be a yoga teacher who certified their yoga teacher's training and probably wants to start a yoga career. You could be a wellness center owner. You might have your own wellness center of meditation and Reiki and whatever. We have a few very chosen and very well made wellness products. It includes meditation beads and malas, authentic rudrakshas, semi-precious stones, Reiki products, yoga mats, yoga mat bags, meditation cushions, yoga bricks, and quite a lot of things. Or you could be one of those, like my career changed. I come under the category of quit your job and travel. I understood the purpose of my life while traveling, while meeting a lot of people. There was this beautiful quote which says, traveling makes you get 1,000 homes in various countries and then converts you into a complete stranger in your own home country. That's so true. So, if you are planning to design your own life and change your path or career, if you believe in the green revolution, you don't have to be a professional. You don't have to have much of knowledge about this social business. Just connect with us via Skype or drop us a message via WhatsApp or just email us. Let's fix a call. We will guide you. We'll help you how you can help us, and we'll make this journey together. Now, at the moment, our social media platforms are not the best. As I told you, we work with artisans and crafters, not with tech experts. So any help from your side, whether you can promote our products in your Twitter page, or you can create a separate Instagram page, or you're a good content writer, you have your own blog where you want to write about us. You could be a video editor who can edit our videos and promote our YouTube channel. You could be our connecting partner in many ways. And every sales that happens because of you, we're going to pay you a certain amount of revenue or profit share to be ethical and fair, and also get the privilege of inviting you to one of our workshops. So join us, give your feedback to us, help us, and be a part of our lives and family. Namaste.